Right?
Just so that you know, there's plenty of us.
The Dumont Television Network presents a night at the Cicada Club, broadcast live across the nation and around the world by the modern miracle of electronic television, presenting a torrent of top talent and tunes directly into your home from Maxwell DeMille's world-famous Cicada Club here in the Art Deco Oviatt building in downtown Los Angeles, California. Tonight, it's a ghost-terrific Halloween costume party with Dean Mora and his orchestra. Featuring Care Morrison.
This mic is so loud.
And Damon Kish is too young.
Get his attention.
The Satin Dolls, pinup dancers. And yours truly, Johnny Holiday. Now, ladies and gentlemen, thank you, I owe you all $5. Now, ladies and gentlemen, coming down to earth from parts unknown, here's that Hollywood flyboy and daredevil that's sure to make the dames dizzy. Your master of ceremonies, Maxwell DeMille.
Ladies and gentlemen, welcome to the Cicada Club. Yes, that's right. I'm Maxwell DeMille, your flyboy for the evening. Thank you very much. We have a swell, happy Halloween party for you tonight. And of course, you may notice something a little bit different on the stage. I'm speaking of none other than our guest announcer tonight, Mr. Johnny Holiday. Say, Mr. Holiday, we've all missed you here at the Cicada Club. What have you been up to?
Well, Mr. DeMille, I had a black eye, and I didn't want to go out in public.
How did you manage to get a black eye?
Well, you see, I met Lana Turner at LA Golf and Country Club, and she asked me if I'd like to play around with her.
And?
Well, I didn't know. She didn't know I was talking about golf.
Mr. Johnny Holiday, ladies and gentlemen, brought to the Cicada Club at great expense.
Right here.
But now it's not time to play around anymore. It's time to get serious. And I mean serious dancing, ladies and gentlemen. So how about a big round of applause for Dean Mora and his orchestra, featuring Damon Kish and Care Morrison.
Thank you very much, ladies and gentlemen. My name is Dean Mora. Welcome to the Cicada Club, put on by Ron Wade DeMille, ladies and gentlemen. That selection, Irving Berlin's 1928 song, How About Me? And we hope you enjoy our evening of dance music. We'll now bring to you a tango. We're going to cut right to the chase. We're a tango the same year, 1928, and it's called Avalon Town. Avalon Town. Thank you very much. Thank you very much.
Say, folks, I hope you're enjoying Dean Mora and his orchestra here at the Cicada Club, coming to you from Los Angeles, California. Right now, we're broadcasting tonight's party across the world and around the nation by means of electronic television. I'd like to say hello to all the folks watching the broadcast. Hello, folks. And now it's time for a very special treat, ladies and gentlemen. We're going to bring back to the microphone, I don't know why, but we're going to Mr. Johnny Holiday to sing a delightful tune accompanied by the one, the only Satin Dolls. Here they are.
You must have been a beautiful baby. You must have been a wonderful child. When you were only starting to go to kindergarten, I bet you showed the little boys how. And when it came to winning blue ribbons, I bet you showed the other kids how. I could see the judges' eyes as they handed you the prize. I'll bet you made the cutest bow. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby, 'cause baby, look at you now. Does your mother realize the stork delivered quite a prize the day he left you on the family tree? Does your dad appreciate that you're merely super great, the miracle of any century? If they don't, just send them both to me. You must have been a beautiful baby. You must have been a wonderful child. When you were only starting to go to kindergarten, I'll bet you showed the little boys wild, oh yes. And when it came to winning blue ribbons, I'm sure you showed the other kids how. I could see the judges' eyes as they handed you the prize. I bet you made the cutest bow. Oh, you must have been a beautiful baby, 'cause baby, look at you now. Oh.
Ladies and gentlemen, the Satin Dolls, the Paper Dolls, and the Dolly Dimples. And the nice part about this act is they all work for hot dogs. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we open the dance floor once again as our fabulous vintage Halloween party continues.
Thank you, ladies and gentlemen. And once again, how about a big hand for our singer of that previous number, Mr. Johnny Holiday. And of course, that was the famous rendition of Bing Crosby, accompanied by his brother, Bob Crosby, from 1938 version of You Must Have Been a Beautiful Baby. And now our next selection is going to be straight from the Coconut Grove nightclub here at the late, great Ambassador Hotel, Los Angeles. This is Gus Arnheim's version of Sweet Georgia Brown. 1, 2, 3, 4. Thank you, ladies and gentlemen, from 1931, Gus Arnheim's version of Sweet Georgia Brown.
And now, ladies and gentlemen, it's time to bring to the microphone that lovely canary of song. Here she is in her little butterfly outfit. She's not a butterfly. Ladies and gentlemen, I'm shocked and stunned. The lovely Kara Morrison has decided to appear as a hideous cicada bug. Freshly out of her underground nest. Here she is, Kara Morrison.
Sound check. Ooh.
Our lovely Miss Cicada, Kara Morrison. Well, actually, she's a cicada disguised as Florence Foster Jenkins, ladies and gentlemen. She will regale you with some of her fine opera favorites later on. And now, ladies and gentlemen, we now bring the other half of our singing duo to the microphone. And this gentleman is going to give you one of his fireside chats, unassisted by any chair whatsoever. He was cured, ladies and gentlemen. Ladies and gentlemen, please welcome Franklin Damon Kish, ladies and gentlemen, a tune called My Kinda Love.
My kind of love, your kind of love, keeps me believing, although you're deceiving. My kind of love, one way to paradise. My kind of kiss, your kind of kiss, when love comes stealing, encourage that feeling. My kind of love, one way to paradise. Although you're happy today, you may be gone tomorrow. Love comes but once, don't be a dunce. When you need it, steal it, beg or borrow. I'm fond of you, you're fond of me. When love comes stealing, encourage that feeling. My kind of love, one way to paradise.
his orchestra with Damon Kish, the younger singer. This portion of tonight's broadcast is brought to you by Mother Mittstoffel's chocolate-covered dog biscuits. I didn't write this. Friends, do your dog biscuits taste different lately? If so, try a Mittstoffel. Other dog biscuits contain iron, but Mother Mittstoffel's dog biscuits contain stainless steel. You really think that's good? These dog biscuits are endorsed by the Good Housebroken Institute because they are untouched by human hands. Each and every biscuit is packed by a monkey. So get Mittstoffels today. Tomorrow may be too late. We may be out of monkeys. And now, Maxwell DeMille.
Well, Mr. Holliday, I promise I'm not going to monkey around with those dog biscuits.
Well, then quit hanging around. I'm hungry.
Yes. Say, folks, how about a big round of applause for our guest announcer, Mr. Johnny Holliday. That was a delightful song you sang earlier with the Satin Dolls.
I beg your pardon?
I said that was a delightful song you sang earlier with the Satin Dolls.
That was recorded by my uncle, Bing Crosby, in 1938, which Dean Mora pointed out, and I must say the arrangement and the orchestra were exceptional.
Thank you, and thank you, Dean Mora and your orchestra. But say, folks, would you like to see the Satin Dolls one more time?
Oh, yes.
Well, why don't we bring them out? Here they are, the Satin Dolls, a little kitty cat number.
And you know, when you're mean to me, how it always makes me want to roam. And you know there's a danger that some gentle stranger might pick me up and make me feel at home. So pet me, Papa, Papa, pet me nice. Pet
the Satin Dolls, pinup dancers. Meow. They can visit my cat box anytime, ladies and gentlemen. And now, here for your dancing pleasure, Dean Mora and his orchestra.
Thank you, Mr. DeMille. All right, ladies and gentlemen, this next selection is in lieu of a request that we had for a German tune. Well, we don't have a German tune with you right now, but we do have something from a motion picture, Marianne, that starred Marion Davies from 1929. This tune is called Hold On To Me. However, I was able to find a German language version of it. So here we go with Damon Kish singing Halt dich an mich. So enjoy from 1929.
Halt dich an mich, keiner versteht dich und liebt dich wie ich. Lass die anderen laufen, halt dich bloß an mich. Ich pass zu dir, du passt zu dir, glaub mir, ich habe die Nase dafür. Lass die anderen laufen, bleibe nur bei mir. Und schenkst du mal einem Kind deine Augen treu und rein, an das Kind dieses Kindervater sein. Halt dich an mich, keiner versteht dich und liebt dich wie ich. Lass die anderen laufen, halt dich lieber an mich.
Thank you, Damon Kish, singing for you. Halt dich an mich. Sehr gut, mein Herr. Sehr gut, President Herr. Thank you. And for those of you who are watching us from points around the globe, you may send us emails judging and critiquing his German. Thank you.
Mr. Kish, that was German you were singing? Well, it's a good thing the Great War is over, that's all I have to say, because I've shot down many German fighters. Yes, he's the president of the future, ladies and gentlemen. 1932, yes? He was governor of New York. He's currently governor of New York, so I guess it's okay. Say, Mr. Mora, what do you have in store for us next?
Hi, Mr. DeMille. We do have a number it's going to be sung by our lovely Cicada of Song, Miss Karen Morrison, and it's a tune by Annette Henshaw, recorded by her in 1929, entitled The Big City Blues.
Why, thank you, table. Just think tonight is Thanksgiving. Everyone's going somewhere. Nobody knows that I'm living. They pass me by. I wonder why. I'm all alone every night. I moan and I fight those big city blues. I walk for miles, place to place. No one smiles to help me chase those big city blues. I'm like a little tot who needs a lot of tenderness and care. All I've got is just a lot of sorrow and despair. Won't someone please talk to me? Don't refuse. Hear my plea and help me lose those big city blues. Each evening at 6 p.m., lights light and I look at them. I'm hoping that some nice person will meet me, greet me. But before I know it, it's 12 o'clock. I feel like jumping right off the dock because I haven't found a person to cheer me, dear me. No one ever comes near me. I'm all alone every night. I moan and I fight those big city blues. I just walk for miles, place to place. No one smiles to help me chase those big city blues. Won't you please talk to me? Don't refuse. Hear my plea and help me lose those mean old big city blues.
Ladies and gentlemen, how about another song by Care? All right, they want the bug to sing again. Come on up here, Ladybug. It sure is. It's a lovely dress. Did you make it yourself? Oh. Parts of it you restored yourself as a professional seamstress. Fine. Thanks for sharing for everyone. Thank you. Time is money. Time is money here. Never mind. It's a lovely dress. Oh, it's a lovely dress. Don't you think so, ladies and gentlemen? Yes. Exactly. exactly. She's going to sing another tune now. This is called Ain't That Too Bad. And Ain't That Too Bad.
Wise men say there's just one way to heaven, but wise men may be wrong once in a while. 'Cause I'm on my way right now, and I realize somehow that the way I found is great, that's why I smile. Oh, I'm in love and I'm so glad. He's the sweetest boy I had, and he loves me, ain't that too bad? Short, he's so tall, he's just made for me, that's all. He's heavenly, ain't that too bad? He thinks that I'm just right in every fight and told me he was wealthy. What a break, for goodness sake, the man's both rich and healthy. No one knows where he goes every night in dinner clothes, excepting me, ain't that too bad? Is it any wonder that I'm all excited? Is it any wonder that I wear a smile? I'm as happy as can be. Take a look at me and see. I found out what makes life really worthwhile. Too bad. Every day for a week, I've been hoping mine would speak. Delayed success, ain't that too bad? I just can't wait till we are married. Gee, for weeks and weeks I planned it. Anything should happen now, I don't think I could stand it. He said, yes, well, of course, after I get my divorce. That's applesauce, ain't that too bad?
The singing cicada of olive shapes, Karen Morrison. All right, ladies and gentlemen, it is at this point we are going to bring up to the floor once again those fabulous Satin Dolls. So please clear and get in position for your best view. Now, here's a little ditty from 1938 entitled Cheapers Creepers. you with Trixie and her special solo Samba Another. Gentlemen.
It don't make sense, chicka chicka boom chick. But it's in there, chicka chicka, a chicka 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 boom. That's all you got to say. Chicka chicka boom, chicka chicka boom, chicka chicka boom, chicka boom, chicka boom 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 boom. Chicka boom 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 boom. Chicka boom 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 boom. Chicka boom 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 boom.
Once again, the Satin Dolls. All right, ladies and gentlemen, we have time for one more number for this set. To remind you, of course, to to tip your waiters and waitresses heavily. Heavily, I tell you. Times are tough and they need the help as well. And of course, don't forget to help out good old Max upstairs in the mezzanine. We're going to finish off this set with a tune recorded by Abe Lyman and his California Ambassador Hotel Orchestra from 1926. This tune is called Shake That Thing.
Dean Mora and his orchestra, shaking their thing. Now, this is Johnny Holiday, here to say hello to all of our friends watching this broadcast from around the world, and to let you know that our next show will be on Tuesday, November 15th, when Maxwell DeMille's world-famous Cicada Club proudly presents Christine Nelson and the Macambo Moderns. And now here's our producer and the man who made tonight possible, Mr. DeMille, to tell you more about it.
Thank
Maxwell?
you, Johnny Holiday. And that's Sunday, November 15th.
What did I say?
You said Tuesday.
Oh, well, that's my show.
That's
Nobody will be
okay.
here. Yeah.
That's your show that's sponsored by Lux, isn't it?
Lux is the only soap for you to use, and I wanted to get that in there so I can get paid tonight.
Thank you very much.
Thank you, sir.
And in 3 weeks, ladies and gentlemen, Christine Nelson and the Macambo Moderns. Christine Nelson is in the house tonight.
Right there.
Take a bow, Christine.
Christine, show them how lovely you are, because you use
Thank
Lux.
you. And the following week, Richard Halpern's Hollywood Cavalcade. And look,
And
here
there he
is
is.
Richard Halpern right now.
Every little girl's best friend, Richard Halpern.
Hello, Maxwell. Happy Halloween party, everybody. Are you all having a good time? What do you think of these little Satin Doll juniors here? But you know, as part of our show on November 22nd, we have a tribute to the great Al Jolson. And we also have a tribute to our good friend Sybil Jason, who starred in the movies with Al Jolson and with Shirley Temple. I think she'd love to see these kids, don't you think? So what's your name's Desiree?
Desiree.
And what's your name, dear?
Yes.
Eden and Desiree. Give them another big hand. And there's more kids. More kids.
Where's Art Linkletter?
Wow.
Goodness gracious.
Boy, it's Debbie Reynolds and What's the Matter with Helen? Look at this.
Mr. Halpern, you're having a whole nursery
It's
here.
not in the script.
The Dolly Dimples, ladies and gentlemen. Thank you, Dolly Dimples.
Kids are great.
Okay, kids, scram.
Yeah, beat it.
All
You
right.
don't buy drinks, leave. Your parents need to
Ah,
spend
yes.
more.
Thank you, Richard Halpern. And of course, those of you folks that'll be joining us for our after party at the Oviatt Penthouse, Richard Halpern will be our host for that swell affair. And now, ladies and gentlemen, let's put on some recorded music, and we'll be back with more of our vintage Halloween party here at the Cicada Club in beautiful downtown Los Angeles, California.